My boss fired me at 7:59 a.m. By noon, I owned his company. My boss looked me in the eye and said, "Consider this your final lesson," as he fired me at 7:59 a.m. An hour later, a courier handed our lawyer a letter in the boardroom. She read one line and slid it to the CEO, who went pale and whispered, "You just screwed us. Let me back up. I'm Sarah Mitchell. I worked at Morrison Tech for 18 years. Not a typo. 18 years. I started when our servers were basically held together with duct tape and prayers. Back when the founder, David Morrison, ran everything from a rented storage unit that smelled like old cardboard and electrical fire. We were 5 people total. David, me. 2 developers who lived on Red Bull and Spite, and an accountant who worked 3 days a week. David always told me the same thing. Sarah, paper trails save companies. Document everything. Everything. So I did. I made sure every single process, every contract, every important decision had documentation. Backups of backups. Folders within folders. I wasn't paranoid. I was thorough. For 18 years, I built the company's infrastructure from nothing. I knew where every skeleton was buried because I'd helped bury most of them. The good kind. The kind that keeps a company alive. Then David got sick, cancer. The aggressive kind that doesn't give you time to prepare. The board panicked and handed control to his nephew. Tyler Morrison. Tyler was 28 years old, fresh out of business school with an MBA he probably paid someone to write half his papers for. The kid thought a compliance report was something you could ask ChatGPT to write. I'm not joking. He actually suggested that in a meeting. Out loud. In front of investors. From day one, Tyler treated me like I was furniture. Old furniture he'd inherited and didn't know what to do with. He called me legacy staff in front of people. Not even behind my back. Just straight to my face, like it was a job title. He replaced my entire team with his college buddies. Brothers who showed up at 10 a.m. with hangover sunglasses and called every meeting a sink. One of them became chief of organizational energy. Yes. That was a real title on a real business card that I had to order. I saw the writing on the wall immediately, so I did what I do best. I went through old files. Really old files. The kind stored in boxes in the archive room that hadn't been touched since we moved into our current building, and I found something beautiful, a 2008 agreement that David and I had drafted together when the company first incorporated. We'd been sitting in that storage unit at 11 p.m., eating Chinese takeout and trying to figure out how to protect what we were building. It was a safety clause. If certain key personnel, specifically me, were ever fired without proper board approval and adequate severance, operational control would automatically revert to the founder's trust within 72 hours. And guess who was listed as the trust appointee? Yeah. Me. David had put it in writing. Notarized. Sealed. Filed with the state. He'd told me about it once, years ago, said it was insurance for the people who actually give a damn. I'd forgotten about it. Until Tyler started circling, I quietly got everything notarized again, updated, verified. Made sure every signature was current. Every filing was perfect, just waiting. On Tuesday morning at 7:59 a.m. Tyler called me into HR. He fired me with a smug smile, leaning back in his chair like he was Gordon Gekko. Consider this your final lesson, Sarah. You've been great, but I need to sunset legacy roles. You have museum energy. This company needs to move fast, and frankly, you're a bottleneck, museum energy. That's what he called 18 years of keeping his uncle's company alive. I didn't cry. Didn't argue. Didn't make a scene, just stood up, walked out, and left my badge on the desk. I deposited my final paycheck at 8:41 a.m.